67 pounds, Scott Anderson of Stoughton, 24-7. His opponent, Dennis Limmex of River Valley, 31-0.
Claiming his award for being the state champion at 145 pounds. Well, listen to the crowd right now as we get all set for the 167-pound match, and the reason you hear that noise is because that is the cheering section from Stoughton, Wisconsin, and they are cheering for Scott Anderson and arch rival Dennis Limmex of River Valley, two Madison area schools with strong wrestling tradition, and their crowds are well represented here tonight.
You would say that the fans do get a little excited for these things. Nobody could say it's a passive crowd here tonight.
Both wrestlers in dark uniforms. We'll try to keep them identified for you. That is Anderson, who has the colored socks, and Dennis Limmex has the white socks at the right of your screen as they come around. Now that's Limmex on the left of your screen. And the striped socks, Scott Anderson of Stoughton. Anderson 24-7. And he's coached by Vern Pieper. Dennis Limmex 31-0. And Limmex may put away Anderson in the first period. He doesn't, but he might get some back points. 2-2. And Limmex leads at 4-0, and he finds himself in a little bit of trouble. Just underway in the first period, a lot of action right off the go.
Marsh, Dennis Limmex, of course, last year's state champion at 155. A very complete and outstanding wrestler. Meanwhile, Scott Anderson, I don't think very many people had given him any kind of a chance of getting this far. He's done a super job at a wonderful tournament. And of course, his fans, as we've all just heard, are in favor of him doing the job on Dennis Limmex. But Limmex is a pretty smooth customer, and he's right now working very, very well on top with a 4-0 lead with 50 seconds to go in the first period.
Anderson, coached by Vern Pieper, long wrestling tradition at Stoughton High School. They always have somebody or one or two wrestlers in the finals, and they're always in contention for the state championship. And this year they finished second to Waukesha South in the Class A championships. One of the reasons they finished so well is this young man, Scott Anderson, who is on the bottom right now with 22 seconds remaining here in the first period. He trails Dennis Limmex, and they're coached at River Valley by Rick Lovinger, the University of Wisconsin's first NCAA champ, and an excellent coach in his 6th year at River Valley. And of course, Dennis Limmex comes from a fine wrestling family. Terry and Mike are his brothers. Terry was a state finisher and wrestler at the University of Wisconsin. Dennis was 5th as a sophomore. He won the state championship last year as a junior at 155, and he's unbeaten this year, 31-0. And right now he is riding Scott Anderson with 5 seconds remaining in the first period.
In fact, he's pretty well dominated this first period with the 4-point takedown and then a tough ride all the way throughout.
John Remmel of Sheboygan, the referee.
And Anderson says he takes the up position to start.
There's a good look at Rick Lovinger, the coach of River Valley, sitting between the officials there on the bench.
He's studying the scoreboard down to make sure time and total score.
167-pound weight class. After this one, we have 185, and then we have heavyweight. It's been moving pretty quickly. Marsh Shapiro and Kirby Syme with you from the field house in Madison. We hope you're enjoying the state championships. 37th annual WIAA state championship finals.
Now they come to a potentially dangerous situation, and referee John Bramall stops, puts them back to position with Limmex down, Anderson up.
Anderson beat Scott Johnston of New Richmond. In fact, he pinned him at 240 in his semifinal match, and he beat Tim Dixon of West Bend West 14-3 this afternoon for the Class A championship to earn his berth in tonight's finals for a state championship. And Dennis Limmex decisioned Scott Rowe of Campbellsport 13-0, and Dwayne Groshek of Rosholt, Wisconsin 7-2 this afternoon. Groshek is the Class C champion. Right now, with 1:33 remaining in the second period, Limmex leads Anderson by a score of 4-0.
Limmex comes out now for an escape. There's a beautiful little bit of footwork as they did. And there's a single leg snatch by Limmex.
Yep.
Dumps it down. That's going to result in a 2-point. There it is right there. That's a beautiful move for Limmex, taking him right to his back. Very, very complete wrestler.
He leads at 7-0 now. We don't have to tell you. In fact, he's going to get 2 back points there also. And that makes it 9-0 now. And Dennis Limmex is in total control of Scott Anderson. Andy lost 7 matches during the course of the year. He's the son of Roy and Joyce Anderson. He has a brother and a couple sisters. This is his first year in the state, and the experience makes a difference as Dennis Limmex slips in the half and tries to put it away.
There it is.
With 41 seconds left, Dennis Limmex scores a foul.
A pin at 320.
You don't need any words to explain what you saw. 167 pounds, Dennis Limmex of River Valley wins by a fall, and there you have it. We'll return after these messages with the 155-pound awards and the 185-pound match on your WIAA network station. There's a nice look at Scott Anderson of Stoughton. He finishes second, and he was the Class A champion, and he was wrapped up by Dennis Limmex of River Valley. He scored a pin to win the state championship. And there's a good look at Dennis Limmex, the state champion at 167 pounds.